So today, I'm going to argue why I like this pan over this pan. Hi, I'm Jed. This is Cook Culture. So we sell a lot of cookware at Cook Culture. That's what we do. We're a cookware retailer, so makes sense. So when I'm talking to people about cookware, I get asked my personal opinion all the time. Well, what's the best cookware? What's the best brand? What's the best one? What should I have? It's very hard to suggest to people exactly what is going to be perfect for them because we all cook differently. We all do different types of cooking. We cook in different ways, and we have different backgrounds. And so it's hard to be like, well, this is your perfect set. But there are a few pieces in every set that I find are universal, and they work incredibly well. And being watching this channel, I do propose using a piece of cast iron as a skillet or on a small oven as a number one piece to have in your collection. That is something which I think everyone can use. But there's another little sneaky piece which I absolutely love, and every time I've sold it to somebody over decades, they have come back and told me, well, maybe not every time, but a lot of the times they come back and tell me, I absolutely love that piece. It's become one of my go-to pieces for almost everything. And what that is a conical saucepan. So a conical saucepan is like a regular saucepan, but round. It's a rounded pan. It has a rounded bottom. It's not sharp in the corners. And it is like a mixing bowl. So it's a mixing bowl in a pan. And these come in many different brands, so there isn't one particular one that I'm going to be saying today that you have to use. I've got a few that we're going to be showing, and I'm going to demo using one of them. But the idea behind it is that when you're using the pan, it allows you to get into the edges so easily. So when you're reducing something or making a little sauce, you're not trying to dig into the corner, especially if you're using something that is also rounded, like a whisk, or even a nice round spatula. If you have a sharp corner, you're not usually using a sharp tool. So it kind of makes sense. Your tools are this shape, so why not use a pan this shape? So I'll show you what I mean. I'm gonna make a simple roux in my beautifully rounded conical saucepan, or what some people call a saucier pan. And I'm also gonna make the exact same roux in this 2-quart saucepan. And we're gonna see, how it turns out. Let's do it. Okay, so as you can see from that experiment, it's not that it makes one is difficult and one is easy. It's that what I've found that using that pan, especially when you're doing things that's under kind of a quick process, like making a roux, you want to one step to the next step in quite quick succession. I find that just being able to get around the edge quickly with your spatula or with your whisk just works so well. It just is a really fantastic function. So, and then, not that we would take our white sauce out of the saute pan, but I find that getting into here, not that it's overly difficult, but I find that you gotta kind of dig down into those corners to get everything out of that pan. So we've got that one done. So then if we're gonna do the same thing for our saucier pan, we can quite easily almost everything there in one scoop. So just much faster, more consistent work. So I do find that these guys just do these jobs that much better. That's why I always choose a conical saucier over a sauce pot or a saucepan. So my number one choice. And like I was saying before, they come in lots of different shapes and sizes. So this one is the Industrie De Meyer 5-ply. It's all clad. It works incredibly well. And then you can get into the Atlantis range. So this is a large one in the Atlantis that is 7-ply. It works that much better. That's why it's 7-ply over 5-ply, but really does exactly the same job. Not that you're begin making roux in it, but you can also get it in mineral B, so this same sort of shape. You can get into the edges. They call it a country pan. It works incredibly well. So then you get into some larger and larger vessels. So this is also from the Proline or Atlantis series. This is their biggest saucier pan that they do. And it comes with a lid, and it's a beautiful piece. So same idea, making soups and bringing things up from the bottom. It's absolutely wonderful. So in general, what I'm saying here is that rounded bottom pans are absolutely fantastic. I'm a big fan. I find they work incredibly well over squared edges. They do take up more space on the cooktop. You know, this little 2-quart here takes up a lot less space sitting at the back of your cooktop, and it works incredibly well. So if you need something where space is a premium, this is definitely going to be better for you than a piece like this. But when it comes down to the practicality of cooking, I am a big fan of the rounded bottom saute pans. So there you go. Any questions, please throw them below. Thanks so much.